Hello, welcome once again to Steady Growth Academy, where potentials are unlocked. Remember to keep safe. Remember to put on your mask, social distancing, wash your hands as required. You never can say. It may be the action you need for the safety you deserve. There are things we consider ordinary or necessary because of its simplicity, yet it carries a lot of weight or influence in what comes or happens to us now and even in future. The easiest way to appreciate the makeup of a person is in his or her actions. Actions are manifestations spurred by character. Character is that stored disposition as built up in the past for use as a you. So what we manifest doesn't conceal our character most of the time. We have paid attention to it because of its special place in unlocking potential, character. Brilliance is good, but we stand to lose a lot without character. Our last nugget was gratitude, which is not just a response to giving, but that response which leaves the kind giver a willing and unsolicited debtor because he will be yearning to do more. Today, we're looking at the place of giving in unlocking potential. For us here, giving is that voluntary transfer of value from one to another for the purposes of filling a need. Maybe not even a need, but you just give because if you can give. Or filling your own need without or with expected returns. So giving is not limited to instant tangible things. It extends to intangible, depending on the need, because when we hear about giving, we tend to limit it to basic needs. We can give a lot of things, including our talents, skill, knowledge, time, giving, source our immediate and future needs. So it's important to give. Giving comes in two folds. It can come as a philanthropy. It can come as charity. In philanthropy, the giver expects to be acknowledged, while in charity, it remains private and with God. We think that giving is expected to assist the receiver. But most of the time, that giving is designed to assist us, rather. Because giving is far better than receiving. So when you give and you receive better, it is designed to help us. I am sure a lot of people prefer to do what? To be givers than receivers. Giving makes us a storehouse. That is why it is said that givers never lack. When giving voluntarily, freely, and privately cost us a lot of pain, it is a sacrifice. Otherwise, it is patronage. If we are given just to give because we are out of excesses, out of abundance, out of so much, it is patronage. But when we give out of that, giving that will cause us pain, that will make us very reluctant, but we just have to give. That is sacrifice. So if giving can be considered a sacrifice, it means that giving to an extent is seed sowing. When seed is sown with respect to the basic requirements, fruiting is inevitable. No wonder it is said that giving is living. Sacrifice remains penalty to hindrance. It is an unstoppable weapon of God for good tidings He turns things around. There's this story in the Bible. Jehoram, the son of Ahab, when he took over, the king of Moab, Mesha, refused to, who is also very rich, a shipmaker, refused to pay allegiance or tribute to him, knowing fully well that he can win that weapon. This story is in 2 Kings 3, chapter 3. He moved to get Jehoshaphat and said, Jehoshaphat, come. This man, Mesha, is against me. He's not paying tribute, doing what he's supposed to do. Can you help me to fight him? That also brought the king of Edoms, the Edom. And three of them came together to fight Mesha. They were dealing with Mesha. They are finished with him almost. But when it was almost getting to Mesha himself, he went home and sacrificed his first son. The man ordained to take over for him. And the tribulation changed. Immediately, the wars ended. What am I saying? If sacrifice turns things around, if sacrifice changes story, why do we ignore giving? Why don't we see the benefit of giving from that our little corner? Somebody very, very close to me, when she was closest to me, when she was in school. And each time she runs out of cash, out of money, the last of the very in her purse, she will go to a Eke market. People would think she was going to buy things. She will go there, share it to beggars, and come back. Each occasion she does that, things manifestation comes. On one occasion, as she finished that, the elder brother was waiting for her in the hostel with unimaginable gifts and things. That is the power of giving. That is the power of giving. Some of us wait, thinking that what we have is not enough to give. How can we give from this our little? But I tell you, if you cannot give from that your little, you may not even be able to give from that very much. Stop waiting, because your mindset is that you are giving to help us. But I tell you are giving to help yourself. Giving is a virtue that hardly depends on availability, but on a willing and understanding heart, powered by grace. We gain more giving. Give us again. Don't lack. You can't like to give when you give. Giving is a door opener. What one considers small may be that which another needs to survive. It is not all the time one gives out of pain, but empathy that the other needs an intervention. That pain that you are giving, it's not all the time that you consider it, but look at the empathy that this other person I'm giving needs that intervention. And it may be the reason and what God would remember when the time comes for reckoning. Giving is so important that God considers some loan to him when we give to certain people. Giving with understanding, either big or small, has a date with God. I recall the pandemic time. I was in a meeting. Somebody was acknowledging people that took to the village, shared everything. I was laughing because he never knew that in our midst, few people there gave millions of naira to the orphanages, noiselessly, quietly. And the person that was acknowledging them was able-bodied young man with capacity to feed himself. That I was waiting for them to. I'm not saying we should not give, but we must not waste our giving. It is criminal to expect what we must not waste our giving. Also recall, you that don't give, it is criminal to expect what you cannot give. Remember that the degree of pain one suffers in giving most of the time reflects or even multiplies in what comes as a return. It may not be in the direction of your expectation, but it definitely comes. It is important to mention that we must manage and review our giving so that it can make meaning. Giving does not include patronizing recklessness, laxity, or laziness in the event. It makes people complacent and dependent unless it's deliberate, unless you're giving deliberately to keep them as your servants. It is wrong because you can help them. If you give with understanding, you help them, making sure that you are giving in the direction that will set them free, in the direction that will bring the change that they need, in the direction that will make them givers. It is important to take those into considerations. As you're giving them, set milestones for them. I've given you this at this point. This result is expected. If it doesn't come, why not? You need to ask questions. You people should together review it so that he will soon start giving others. He has to give others. So if there's no value addition from the receiver to the benefit of all, such situation should be watched. Giving must become a blessing, not a curse. God will give us understanding and the grace to be brilliant givers, no more receivers. Thank you. Please, as usual, spread this news to your people, to those people you consider that need it. Even those you think that don't need it, spread to them. You'll be shocked that they need the message. You have town unions, you have all those places. Subscribe to us so that as soon as we post this thing, you don't need to be gasping for it or checking where to get it. It comes to you directly, so that you look at it and spread to those that are supposed to get it. You can get us very clear and subscribe in our YouTube channels, our Facebook and Instagram platforms. Please do that. Let's together help. What you are doing for us is also what you can give to us and to generations out there. What we are given is what Steady Growth can give. God bless you.